What's up, guys? So listen, I'm about to do a message. I don't care if you're offended because I'm trying to help you, right? So, guys, again, I do get some of my content from social media comments. People ask me something, and I'm not the type that do all that typing. I'll just come out and do a message. And the message of the night, and this is really directed towards black men, okay? African American men like me. And because I know where it comes from, I understand. But we have to learn it doesn't apply to everything, okay? One of my colleagues, he made a post and he made a statement, and this is not directly towards him because I've heard people use this statement numerous times, all right? But it's to the message. And especially as legitimate entrepreneurs, legitimate businessmen. He made a comment, and again, I've seen this plenty of times. It said, "Real, real OGs." Okay, OGs basically stands for original gangster. All right, real OGs move in silence, and this was directed towards an entrepreneur. Okay, who's in the cleaning industry. So it's not nothing illegal to his post. And guys, what we have to understand as legitimate businessmen, black men, that these comments that we use, real successful people move in silence. No, they don't. We all know who Jeff Bezos is, one of the richest men in the world. Mark Zuckerberg, Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry. I don't know why people say these things, all right? Now, people who are doing things illegally, yes, I think it is smart to try to move in silence, okay? Keep a low profile, right? But for us, that stuff does not apply. Like there's another one that I hear people say, the loudest one in the room is the weakest one in the room. And they say that again towards business. I've actually had people say that towards me because I, do videos, but I've been doing this for over a decade and I have made a great living off of it. I have made a great reputation for myself, right? Being loud, if that's how they want to put it. But again, that does not apply to what we do. That's basically something that we heard on a movie, American Gangster, Denzel Washington. Okay, when he told his brother had a suit on, and he basically said, "You're too loud." Okay, they were drug dealers. All right, we are not drug dealers, so that does not apply to us. Okay, so my thing, guys, is that when we get into business, because a lot of this stuff, the slang, some of the terminologies that we use, that's where we get it from. And what happened is we are not careful and we don't have a clear understanding that the more you hear these things, you start to recite that. You start to become that. But what happens is that when you want to get into business and you want to do business the legit way, you can't, that again, moving in silence and keeping a low profile, whatever, all that other stuff. That's not us. I told a guy one time, because I heard one guy say that the loudest one in the room is the weakest one in the room. Well, have you ever been to a seminar? Have you ever been to a class? Do your kids go to school? Would you go to your kids' school and tell a teacher, someone who is educating your child, you're the loudest one in the room, which means you're weak? Okay? Have you ever been to a seminar? Did you stand up and tell the person who was presenting the seminar that they was weak because they was the loudest one in the room? No, you didn't. You know why? Because those two things don't go together. Okay? So my thing, guys, is that us as professional black men, we have to learn that everything that we hear, everything that we see doesn't apply to us in every aspect of life, right? And that's where I see a lot of us, you know. And you know what's funny is, um, I know what I do is making a positive impact, because I've had guys reach out to me, you know, because they see how I used to be. And Courtney, you know what, man, you're right. I'm gonna cut my hair. You know, Courtney, you're right. I'm gonna change my appearance. Okay. I had one of my colleagues call me. When did we go do that job? Friday. And he said, Courtney, I remember you said you want to take a speaking class. Was that more for helping you learn how to speak, or teach, or speaking in general? I said, well, that was more of teaching me how to speak in front of an audience, okay? Not more of speaking communication wise, you know, communication skills. And I applaud him, because I say that just shows, you know, that you want to improve yourself. Now, to me, and I told this guy, I said, to me, you sound fine to me, but I'm not you. See what I'm saying? So you know what you need to improve in, right? And that's the thing, guys. A lot of us get into business, but we still talk with this slang and this broken English and ebonics. And don't get me wrong now, depending on who you're serving or what type of business you're in, your business model, maybe you can get away with that. But I'm gonna say, for me, okay, I'm gonna use me as an example. I knew what I needed to do. Well, first I knew where I wanted to go in my business. So I knew how I looked 10, 15 years ago. That could have not carried me to where I am today. Gold teeth, okay? You know, again, overweight, just bad communication skills, you know. And that guy actually asked me, he said, Courtney, man, well, how did you learn how to speak? People have asked me this all the time. And you know what's the simple, you know what I tell them, guys? Get around people that speak better than you. Same way we pick up those terms and those slang terms, those things we hear in music and movies. If you get around people, all right, who speak proper English, they have good communication skills, you will pick that up. You will start to become that. And that's a true statement. The people you hang around are usually the people you're going to end up like. So I just want to say, man, again, you know, this video is to help. And it's not directly, and trust me, it's not towards that individual, because he speaks very well, okay? But just the statement, you know, real OGs move in silence. You know, well, we're not OGs, okay? We're not gangsters, all right? We're not drug dealers. We are legitimate businessmen, okay? We are in the cleaning industry. There's nothing gangster about that, all right? You know, and guys, we don't have to move in silence. You know, like, again, how can you be in business moving in silence? You know, I don't want to move in silence. I want people to know who I am. I want people to know what, you know, my business, right? You know, so that's the thing, guys, is that, you know, I tell people all the time, you know, and especially black men, we got to learn when to turn it off and turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, you know. But, you know, if you have that mindset, and I have people, you know, I'm not gonna mention no names, but people who are very close to me, and they still have that, you know, I call it that hood mentality. And they say, well, you know, people gotta accept me for who I am, you know. Well, they will. And you know what that means? They don't have to deal with you. See, all that, I'm gonna, you know, keep it real. I'm gonna, you know, all that stuff, and I'm gonna stay, blah, blah, blah. You're right, you can keep it real. You can stay hood, you know, but that don't mean people won't have to deal with you, because they don't, because people have choices, right? So anyway, guys, me, I'm going to keep taking advantage of this social media and this camera, and I'm going to keep, what they say, staying loud in the room, because this right here has given me great opportunity. All right. So, anyway, guys, hopefully this can help somebody, and I'll see you in the next one.